YouTube, what the crap's going on? HeirofCarthage here, and we've had a little Total War news today. To me, it's big news, and I'm excited for it. Whoops, I had some background music. Sorry, let me get that turned on. Or never mind, it's playing. We're good. So yeah, I didn't want it to just be me talking, and I didn't want it to have the trailer noise on because there's talking in it. Not that it was bad or anything, but just so that I could comment without having to comment over someone. So, the Creative Assembly today released this video, and if you haven't watched it, I suggest you go watch it right now, and then come back. So I know I'm going to get accused of all kinds of things on here. Number one, I'm going to be accused of being paid by Creative Assembly. I'm going to be accused of saying whatever they want because I'm a shill and I get paid by them and all this other kind of stuff. I do not. I don't get paid by Creative Assembly. I've never been paid by Creative Assembly. I've been invited to events. If you consider that compensation, then that's what I get, but I make money off my channel from my videos. Creative Assembly pays me nothing. Ugh, seems like I have to address this all the time. It's annoying. But, for those of you who know that this isn't the case, why am I saying that ahead of time? Well, because obviously I'm excited about what I saw today. And apparently being excited about anything Warhammer to a big group of people now means that you're some kind of sellout shill. And the reason that stems from is because a lot of people are mad over the Chaos pre-order, which I'm one of those people, which is why I think it's funny that I continually get accused of being the shill here. Crap, dang it, I screwed up the video. My bad, folks. Give me a second. Hold on. Really? What the heck just happened? I must have accidentally clicked to the next video. Alright. That's what I get for trying to play a YouTube video in a YouTube video. So, anyway, yeah, here we are, back on this one. So, yeah, I get accused of that all the time for being excited because people are mad over the Chaos DLC. I don't agree with the Chaos DLC. I don't like it. I wish they'd change it. I don't know what you want me to do, though. My title is not Director of Marketing for Creative Assembly. I've already told them what I think. There's nothing I can do beyond that at this point unless you want me to put up video after video of me being angry, which I don't feel like doing, especially when I see something like this today. Does this make the DLC right because I'm excited about this? No. Okay, good. We got that all out of the way. Fantastic. Let us never speak of it again. So, what did I see today that got me excited? Number one, this campaign map is cool. Reminds me of Lord of the Rings. Obviously, the two of these have some kind of races and stuff that are somewhat similar, though I know they're different. The campaign map looks really good. Now, when it just first showed it from that zoomed out, I was like, well, it kind of looks like Attila. Now, take this with a grain of salt. This camera that they're using to zoom in right here is not going to be available to you whenever you have the campaign map. You probably won't be able to get this close to the ground. But they're doing this so that they can show you some of the details they put on the campaign map, and I like it. You're seeing here some Greenskin settlements. So these Greenskins, you can see it's like kind of covered in all their type cultural stuff, like these bones and the things that kind of define their culture. It's very neat. And apparently these different parts of the land on the campaign map each have a very unique feel. Like here you can see it's a little bit dry, it's very kind of rugged, rocky, and then you're moving into these mountains, volcanoes, and as you move north it gets colder, and as you go west it kind of turns into like some greener, almost like pasture-like lands, and there's just all this neat stuff. The campaign map looks fantastic. The settlements on the campaign map look fantastic. Now, looks aren't everything. And that's not what I'm here to talk to you about, is the fact that it looked fantastic, because it does. I mean, just look at that dwarf city right there. You can't say that's not cool. Now it really makes me want a Lord of the Rings Total War as well. But it looks amazing. The campaign map is just stunning. Like the details, the settlements, I love what they've done with it. And we all know the campaign map has improved massively over time. I mean, take a look at a game like Empire Total War that took it to the full world, and it was pretty neat looking, and then Napoleon came around and made it better. And then Shogun 2 just blew us away with its campaign map. It was beautiful. And then Fall of the Samurai came around, and it was even more beautiful. And I feel like in Rome 2 and Attila, they've made strides as well. But I mean, this just kind of takes it to a whole new level in my mind. And I'm glad to see they're putting that effort into continually doing this rather than just taking Attila and skinning, why am I going blank, Warhammer over the top of it here. So I like it. Let's move on from looks, though, and talk about some of the key features that I really liked as we were going through here. One, you can actually see right now here in the video, right over here, these are banners that apparently this guy picks up from winning battles, and like he picks these things up and then you can use them on units. That's pretty neat. It's a nice little feature. Kind of almost reminds me of the retainer system that you had in the Avatar stuff on Shogun 2. I like that because, to me, I've never played the tabletop game of Warhammer, and I'm certain I never will. But obviously that's what this is. It's a tabletop game. And in the tabletop game, I'm assuming there was probably customizations of sort. People were painting their little figurines and making it their own. And I just like that there's all kinds of little customizations. You can also see on the Legendary Lord up here, there's these little things that are attached to him. And they explain that these are like special items that they can get, like weapons or helmets or, medallions and other stuff that give them like other special abilities or increase their ability at a certain something. Again, a very neat addition. And you can see there when they captured this, it turned from like the dwarf thing into the Greenskin city, which is cool. And if the dwarves take it back, it switches again. Very neat. I like how that works. They also kind of explained in here that the different factions. Okay, so we talked about the items and stuff. Sorry, let me keep on track here about the things that I thought were interesting. Trying to think what I was going to next. Yeah, so quest. You can actually see like that little blue marker on the campaign map out here. So they talked about like these quest missions that were in the campaign, and they actually show it here a little bit later. This is awesome. It's awesome for someone like me, number one, because I'm not into Warhammer lore, and I like the idea of having a sandbox campaign, which is what you're seeing here. But having these quest things on it also gives a little bit of story, and maybe helps me get to experience a little bit of the Warhammer lore without having to go out and buy all the books, or paint up my own figurines or whatever else it is. I like it. It adds that little extra bit to campaign, and as you go through these quests, you're unlocking items or abilities for your Legendary Lord too, which is cool. So again, it kind of comes into this customization thing, and each Legendary Lord has different quests, I'm assuming, that they can go after, and I just like it. It's neat. And then I got to thinking about it. I was like, what if they make a Medieval 3 and your king gets these quests, like the Crusades or something like in the old Medieval, too. Like you get called on the Crusade and it becomes like this quest. You have to go accomplish certain things. Or there's other quests like, the people are sick of their, the Vikings raiding their lands, and you have to go and stop them, or whatever it is. And it goes on these quests with staged battles, so that it's not just you fighting. Sometimes what's just like a crappy spear spam from the AI, and you've got this actual set-piece battle in a beautiful setting where the AI is programmed a little differently, and you have a chance to just fight a more interesting battle. I like this. Think about how it might fit in with Napoleon. How he built his way up through his campaigns and became the emperor. Like how you could, engage in quests like in the campaign, or Hannibal, or Alexander, or all kinds of stuff. Just Attila, Genghis Khan. It just goes on and on. Like the possibilities in my mind, what you could do with something like this in historical Total War. So, a lot of you are more excited about historical Total Wars than Warhammer. That's fine. In some ways, I kind of like the historical titles better. I haven't played this yet, so I have, but only the demo and the ambush at Thundering Falls. But yeah, I mean, this is it's exciting to me. I like what this could potentially lead to for the historical series, but I'm also interested because, what if this goes further into fantasy? What if there's other fantasy genres that fit this? And I just really like the depth that this could add. Now here they're showing you some of the character customizations, and they mention here that there's 3 main categories: character stats, battle effects, and campaign effects. And they're a lot clearer and easier for you to understand how the tree works, which is nice. It kind of walks right through, lets you know what you're going to get from each. And so you can really customize your Legendary Lord. And I like the name of this guy here too, Azog the Slaughterer. There was a lot of neat little details in this that were just exciting. Anyway, so this is the customization. That's one of them. They all either showed the tech tree or already showed it. Those have been made a little more... I like the way they made the tech tree, actually. I think they showed it back here. Yeah, it is. I like this. I'm going to pause it real quick. I don't know if this is like Greenskin talk or not, but it almost sounds like the trailer parks near me. Well, some of it. Some of it's definitely more like Brit accent, like Evie Clubs. That's definitely not trailer park, but like Big O Wheels. I like it. What was the other stuff that I saw here? Beta Stickas. I like this. I like it a lot. Beta Era Eds. I love this stuff. It's good. It's little, but it's good. I like what they've added there. So the quests are probably the things that I'm most excited about. The other thing that's kind of neat, let's skip ahead here and see if we can find it. Oh yeah, this was kind of a cool feature here where they got to choose the mount this legendary lord sat on. So like they picked this little dragon dude here. I don't remember what his name. I know it's not a dragon. I know there's a name for it. Again, I'm not into this whole thing. I think they said that it was yeah, Skullmuncher was his name. Another good name too. So they bring it in here, and so see, they pick that, and it changes the way your legendary lord looks on the campaign map and in the battle. This is cool. This is neat. Again, this opens a ton of possibilities, and I love it. As we move along, they show more of the campaign map, so like they're zooming around and kind of showing you some, well, this was where they were showing how the goblins and the dwarves can actually go underground. So like they showed this guy here, and they were talking about how he's trapped between the two dwarf armies, and then basically there's a stance where they can go looking for an entrance to the underworld, and they can go through that, and it kind of changes the way that their movement points go, and they can actually go under the mountain to get away from these attacking stacks here, which is a very neat ability for the goblins and the dwarves to be able to do that. It's going to make campaign play very interesting in the way that you can move. And multiplayer campaigns might get some interesting, looks out of this as well. So there you go. They were able to move under the mountain. So that's pretty neat. Definitely a cool feature. Again, just kind of showing off the campaign map. They went down here and showed that each faction's a little bit different. So like when they were looking at this guy, they were saying how, the Greenskins like to fight, and this dude hasn't been fighting. And this down here is called a fightiness meter. And they're mad because they haven't been fighting, and so now they're just killing each other because they got to kill someone. So it becomes like an attrition thing, which is, I guess, pretty neat in and of itself. So like the Greenskins, they have to get played pretty aggressively. And that means that they'll be different than the way the Empire plays, or the way that the, oh crap, I don't even know the other faction, the Dwarves play, or I don't know who else is in it, the Vampire Counts, or whoever they said are playable factions. I don't know who all's in it. I'm not as up to speed on that because I just don't know a lot about Warhammer, but this kind of stuff in the game to me is quite exciting. Let's move on, and we'll take a look at some of this other stuff. Oh, yeah. Check out the little magic dude, too, here. I guess it's kind of like an agent. Oh, the WOG factor, WAG, or however you say it. You all tell me, WAG, WOG, whatever it is. Yeah, I don't know. I'm not one of these. Right there. WOG, WA factor, whatever it is. You all can try and tell me how to do it properly, but I'm never going to get it right. So, whenever you are getting really fighty and doing a good job, apparently with this legendary lord, he can spawn this whole WOG army here, which basically is like an AI stack that can support you. You can give it limited orders and stuff like that, which is pretty cool too, because you go out and you get fighting, and you're going to make him that much more powerful and kind of get him on a roll. Should be quite interesting. Let's keep moving on here. Here's the quest thing where they show you that you could click on this and actually fight the quest battle. And it shows you what you're going to get for it, which was Gitsnik, which was like this legendary axe that he can get. So very, very cool. It shows the enemy forces here too, I think. Let's see if they click on that real quick. Yeah, they do. And it shows you that you're up against a pretty tough army here from the Empire. There's like a steam tank and wizards and halberds and gunners and hailstorm rockets, like all this other cool stuff. So you get to fight a battle against a tough army, which looked pretty neat. And here at the end, they kind of just zoom around the campaign map and show you some of the different feels. One of my favorite parts is coming up here in a second, too. I hope I've got it on 1080. Yeah, my favorite part's when they go up north here, and you can like see some like Aurora Borealis going on. But look at the differences in the campaign map. It goes from rugged to the plains, and then now it's kind of green and nice over here. They go over into, I think they called this area Bretonia, which sounds kind of neat. I mean, just look at the land over here, more like low-lying, green, pretty. But then they zoom over here, and there's like this Vampire Count dude casting some crazy spells, and it's like turning all the forest black and other stuff. It looks so cool. Like, they've just done a spectacular job with this. And then look at that Aurora up there to the north. Looks so awesome. So I don't know what they call this area. I think like the Northern Waste or something like that, and it's on the borders of the Chaos Waste. And it's just, this whole area causes attrition. And it's so neat to see all the stuff they've done. I really like this campaign map a lot. There's a lot of possibilities here. It looks like a lot of replayability. The factions, from what we're seeing here, just from the Greenskins, they're going to be very different than the others, and to me that just screams replayability. And not only that, but you're replaying, and not just replaying it with different units and from a slightly different starting position, but mostly the same buildings and everything. It sounds like it'll be quite different for each faction. And that's exciting, because replayability in the first player mode is never, or single player mode is never a bad thing. It's exciting. CA, this video looks awesome, and the gameplay here looks awesome. It's exciting. I hope you all are excited about it. I hope this game turns out great. We haven't gotten to play it yet, but this is promising, very promising to me. And if this doesn't get you excited, you're obviously not a Warhammer fan, or I can't say you're not a Total War fan, because some Total War fans definitely do like the historical titles more. I get it. Not trying to push this on you, but this gets me excited, and I'm not a Warhammer fan. This gets me excited as a Total War fan. And I'm sure if you're a Warhammer fan, this has probably got you over the edge excited. Anyway, hope you all enjoyed this. That's all I know. I don't have anything special to add. Just wanted to give you my thoughts. Again, if you haven't watched this, go check it out. HeirofCarthage, signing off for now.